The storm came without mercy, the kind that erased roads, swallowed sounds, and made even trained men question how small they truly were against nature. Snow slammed sideways like knives, driven by a screaming wind that rattled the armored transport. Crawling through the Alaskan backcountry, Navy SEAL Lieutenant Ethan Cross stared through the frosted windshield, jaw tight, eyes alert. He had faced gunfire, ambushes, and enemies who wanted him dead, but this blizzard, this thing didn't care who you were. It only wanted you gone. The radio crackled with static, the mission already declared complete. Yet something in Ethan's chest refused to settle, a feeling, a pull, the kind he'd learned not to ignore. "Slow it down," he ordered the driver suddenly. "What?" the driver shouted. "I thought I saw something," Ethan said, already reaching for the door handle. The vehicle slowed, tires crunching through deep snow. Visibility was nearly zero, but Ethan stepped out anyway, the cold biting through his tactical gear. He scanned the white void, and then he saw her. A dark shape against the snow, a body not moving. He ran. Every step sank deep, his boots heavy, lungs burning as the wind howled like a warning. When he reached her, his heart dropped. A woman, late 20s, maybe early 30s. Her face was pale, lips blue, hair frozen with ice. She was clutching a broken crutch with one hand, the other arm wrapped around herself, as if trying to hold warmth inside that had already fled. His eyes moved lower, and that's when he saw it. One leg, the other ended cleanly above the knee. A prosthetic lay half buried in the snow several feet away, snapped at the joint. "Hey, stay with me," Ethan said, kneeling, his voice firm but urgent. He pressed gloved fingers to her neck. A pulse. Weak, but there. Relief slammed into him. "You're not dying today," he muttered, pulling off his gloves and wrapping his jacket around her shoulders. Her eyes fluttered open, unfocused, frightened. She tried to speak, but only a broken breath came out. "It's okay," he said softly now, the soldier melting into the man. "I've got you." She shivered violently as he lifted her, surprised by how light she was. Starvation light, exhaustion light. "Where's your unit?" his teammate shouted from the transport. "I don't know," Ethan replied. "But I'm not leaving her." There was hesitation, protocol, orders. But none of that mattered when Ethan looked down at her frostbitten fingers curled into his chest. "Ride with me," he whispered to her, though he wasn't sure she could hear. "I won't let go." As they loaded her into the transport, the woman stirred again, her cracked lips barely forming words. "I tried," she murmured. Ethan leaned close. "Tried what?" Her eyes met his, filled with pain, fear, and something else. Determination. "Tried to make it. Before the storm." The vehicle moved, heater blasting, but her body still shook uncontrollably. Ethan held her hands, rubbing life back into them, refusing to let the cold win. He'd rescued hostages under fire, pulled wounded brothers from combat zones. But this felt different. This felt personal. At the remote medical outpost, doctors rushed her away. Ethan stood there, snow melting off his gear, heart pounding like he'd just come out of battle. "You saved her," a medic said. Ethan nodded, but his mind was already somewhere else. Who was she? Why was she out there alone? And how did someone with one leg survive long enough? In a blizzard that killed fully equipped men? Hours later, Ethan found himself outside her room, watching through the glass. She slept now, warmed, breathing steadily. A nurse approached. "She asked for you when she woke up." That surprised him. "Did she say her name?" The nurse nodded. "Lena." Ethan stepped inside quietly. Her eyes opened again, clearer this time. Fear flickered, then recognition. "You came back," she whispered. "I promised," Ethan said. She studied his uniform, the trident insignia, the scars on his hands. "Why?" she asked softly. He didn't have an answer that fit neatly. He only knew one thing. Finding Lena in that blizzard wasn't an accident. It was the beginning of something neither of them was ready for. And as the storm raged outside, Ethan Cross sat beside the woman he saved, unaware that her past carried secrets, heartbreak, and courage that would soon test everything he believed about strength, sacrifice, and love.